Kidnapper is holding a girl captive and gripping her hair with his hand so she cannot escape. The girl tries to free her hair, then using her foot she pulls her bag closer to herself. She takes a pair of scissors out of the bag and cuts her hair. For a moment the girl becomes free. She goes to the door and tries to open it, but the door is locked. She comes to pick up the key to open the door, but when the kidnapper turns his face she gets scared. The girl thinks, I need to find another way out of here. Then without making any noise she opens the window and escapes through it. Accidentally the scissors fall to the ground. The noise wakes the kidnapper up. He looks at the hair in his hand and quickly goes to open the door. The girl runs away. An elderly man comes from behind. The girl feels that someone is behind her, but when she turns around, no one is there. The girl takes money out of her bag. Only a few coins come out. The girl says, I won't be able to get home with these coins. The elderly man picks up a branch from the ground. The girl becomes suspicious, so she looks through the glass and sees the elderly man behind her. She gets scared. The elderly man says, don't be afraid. I came to give you this branch. The girl says, you really scared me. The elderly man says, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. The girl says, I don't need this branch. The elderly man says, take this branch from me. It will definitely be useful to you. The girl takes the branch and leaves. The next day the girl is waiting for a bus. When she is about to get on the bus, the elderly man grabs her hand and says, don't get on this bus. But the girl kicks the elderly man and the bus door closes. The girl says, I don't have any money for the fare. You can keep my earrings. The driver stops the bus. Actually, the driver is the same kidnapper. The kidnapper says, I don't need these earrings. He locks the bus door. The girl takes her phone out of her bag and starts dialing a number to inform the police. But when the bus brakes at a police stop, the phone falls from her hand. The kidnapper picks up the phone and says to the girl, don't you dare tell anyone. The policewoman says, show me your bus documents. The kidnapper shows her the bus documents. The policewoman shows the documents. The girl writes on the paper, please help me. The policewoman says, your documents are complete. The kidnapper says, can I go now? The policewoman says, not yet. I need to search the bus. The kidnapper nervously says, come inside, I'll open the door. The policewoman gets on the bus and asks the girl, are you okay? The girl says, yes, I'm okay. While the kidnapper is telling the policewoman, she is my girlfriend. The girl wraps the help message around the branch and secretly puts it into the policewoman's back pocket. The kidnapper looks at a photo on his phone in which he is with the girl. After seeing the photo, the policewoman becomes convinced and gets off the bus. The elderly man comes to the policewoman and says, the girl's life is in danger. She is inside that bus. The policewoman says, there is nothing wrong. The elderly man says he kidnapped that girl and is taking her away. Please help her. The policewoman says, you are mistaken. Let me go to work. When the policewoman gets into her car, she feels that something is wrong. She gets out of the car and finds the branch with the paper wrapped around it. The paper has a message asking for help. The policewoman says, get in the car quickly. We have to go. The kidnapper is taking the girl by the hand when the policewoman and the elderly man arrive in a car. The policewoman says, I won't let you succeed. The policewoman arrests the kidnapper. Then the policewoman tells the elderly man, take care of this girl. I will make sure this kidnapper gets punished. Friends, don't leave without liking the video, commenting, and subscribing.